Hi. All right. Let's get the correct address here so I can show it to everybody. And then I will start. The address, I believe, is right here. Gotta put this on there. All right. Okay, so let's get started. I cannot see people. It's pretty much everybody is anonymous who's watching. So if you want me to read you it all, then just type something in the chat, like hello or whatever the case may be, and then I can reply to you that way. But it's not like Facebook or something where people just start popping up and showing like somebody's watching. And I just need people to post like a hello or something so that I know that they're there and they want to be read. And I will read as much as I can, and we will go from there. Also, if you hear any kind of reverb or if there's anything wrong with the video or the sound, let me know that through chat as well, because that's all live. And at least I had it set up for live chat. Yep. Okay. So it is live chat. I just want to make sure that it's correct. All right. And pretty sure. Dun, 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 live chat. There we go. And okay, so Tiffany, hi. Okay, so I will start with you, Tiffany. So basically, just so everybody can get an idea as what I do, especially if I have not read for you before, I'm a spiritual medium. I've been doing this for 32 years. It'll be 33 years. No, yeah, 32 years. 33 this year. And my guides, my information all comes from God and from spirit guides, from people who've passed over. I do not consult the dead. If they come through, I will let you know. Otherwise, I will take a moment to just concentrate on each person and find your energy. And then I will give you what your guides think is most important for you right now. And it comes through symbolically. So if I tell you that you have purple hair and it looks like snakes, well, the purple might be legit nowadays, but the snakes, not so much. It means something to me. And so I will explain to you first the picture that I'm being shown, and then I will explain what it means. So for Tiffany, what this is happening with you right now, my guides usually start me off on a beach, and the beach represents safety, security, and grounding. Water represents problems or situations a person sees coming at them. And forgive me, because normally I'm looking at you or the camera and in eyes, but when I'm reading, my eyes kind of shut off and I'm looking at the picture that they're showing me. So give me a moment. So, excuse me. The first thing, Tiffany, that they are showing you, or showing me, is that you are standing about midway through a bridge, on top of a bridge. And from my position, I am on the side of the bridge that you've left. It's a small bridge, maybe 10 feet. I can see the stream, I can see little rocks. It's very crystal clear water. And then I can see the other side. Again, it's about 10 feet. You have a skirt on, a top, some kind of a little shawl or sweater. Your hair is down. You have one shoe on. So I have to see, you've got your left shoe on, your right foot is bare. You are kind of leaning towards the right side of the bridge and you're looking into the water. Okay, so what this, it's beautiful out, it's very sunny out. So what this tells me is that right now, currently, that you are going through a situation where you are having to leave comfortable things. You are being asked to, prodded to, urged, however you might, inspired, however you're looking at it, to move from something that is comfortable, people and situations, to something that you are either seeing as a risk or uncertain. And the other side is really where we do want to go. It promotes our growth. It perpetuates, positive growth in who we are in our spirit and who we are as a human being. And you've stopped halfway across. It almost looks like it's a nostalgic kind of a stop. You're not stopping because you're worried about finishing crossing. You're stopping because you're remembering things. You're thinking of things. You're thinking of happy times. You're thinking of good things. You're a person who gives the benefit of the doubt. But right now it is a major time for you as far as growth goes. And the water, again, it's crystal clear, but it represents problems. It represents issue. So crossing over this is still, you're being reminded. It's almost as if it's a, don't forget where you came from kind of a situation. And so you, again, there's freedom in the dress. This is representing, it's loose fitting. There's nothing really constricting you. The vest or the little sweater you have on represents a protecting of oneself, spirit, and psyche. So you would be doing this, and it's not against a situation, it's involving a person. So you are protecting yourself from something someone has said or their influence on your decision making as an adult. And so it could be somebody saying something a long time ago and saying that you can't do this, or this is going to be impossible for you. It could be someone now that is trying to stop you from moving forward. But it is basically saying that you are trying to protect yourself psychically and your energy from negative influence from those around you. And then the shoe. Now, the right shoe is bare. The right foot is bare. So this tells me that as far as your creativity goes, your spontaneity, who you are emotionally, there's nothing holding you back. Emotionally, nobody is holding you back. You are free to move forward emotionally, spiritually, spontaneously. All of those artistic aspects of who you are unchained right now. The logical side of who you are, though, is wearing this really high, wedge. And so that says that your logics, your critical thinking, those right now are kind of hampered and are being held back. And so you might find difficulty in trying to wrestle or weigh out what you really, really want with my heart and all the rest, and then the logical aspect of, am I doing the right thing? Is this the right thing to do? So I can normally manipulate a person's speech, but I can't do that when it comes to shoes. That is something a person has to do on their own. So you want to work on removing this really beautiful wedge, it's a beachy looking wedge. You want to work on removing that so that you can balance your thoughts out and kind of remove any of the feelings that you have where you're trying to balance out the emotion with the logic and not feel so held back, and then continue across without fear. The other side of the bridge is where you want to be. It's what opens you up to things that you are new to you, that you're not comfortable with, but you learn and you grow from doing so. And it means leaving the comfortable things, the people, the situations behind. Those that are supposed to follow you across the bridge will find their own way. So you want to definitely do that. So I hope that kind of gives you a little clarity as to where you are right now is exactly where you're supposed to be. It's just the emotions that you're dealing with are, I guess, I would call a regular human reaction maybe to something, but it applies to you at this moment. All right, and you're welcome to comment as well. It does show up right away in the top of the feed. So if you have a question or you have a comment, you're welcome to do that as well. Okay. So Patty, let's take a vibe on Patty. Animals, when the animals are around, I try to move my animals away. When they're around, they make so much spiritual noise, it's hard to read. My cat just won't leave me alone. Okay, so Patty, let's take a peek at you. Okay, so right now, you look like you've been pulled away from conversations. You look like you have been, like your energy is pulling back and pulling away. And what this is telling me is transformation. It's telling me it involves personally. So people around you might be saying, you know, is something okay? Is something wrong? Is everything okay? Are you feeling all right? And it's basically a pulling back of energy, and transformation meaning a critical look at oneself. And then the next thing they show me is that you're really not in control of what's happening right now. And when I say control, I say it in quotes, because control is basically just the feeling we have because everything around us is going exactly how we want it to go. Everything is good, everything is positive, so we feel like we're in control of things. It's going our way. Compared to feeling like things are out of control when they're happening to us and we have to adjust. We feel like things are more out of our control. So, Patty, the first thing they show is that there's a horse in front of you and you are holding on to the reins, and your butt, you're not even you're not in a cart, your butt is like across like cobblestones, and you're bouncing, like your legs are right out in front of you and you're bouncing on cobblestones as this horse is running. That would hurt. That is uncomfortable. And it's interesting because what it tells me is that your guides pretty much have you going for a ride. They're taking you through something that's difficult. They're taking you through a portion of your path that you need to get through promptly for some reason. Like you may have been stalling, you may have been putting something off, preventing something from happening, and they're saying, okay, you know what, she needs to be here by like February 28th, so hook her to the horse, and bam, they just are taking you for a ride. So the feeling of like not being in control could very well be happening with you, and also just not knowing where you're going, knowing what's going on. It can be very just a confusing period of time, which would cause you to also, again, what they said before, pull yourself back in. But the good thing about this is that your guides will quickly take you to where you need to be to handle the next portion of your path to continue in the direction you're supposed to continue, if that makes sense. So you're back here, you know, you're putzing around, you're not paying attention, maybe you know what you're supposed to do, you just don't want to. So they're like, hook her up. They take this horse, this is the only way I can explain it, and then they take you through a difficult time. Your guides are good for that. Our guides are good for, they always do stuff like this. And so you are being taken for a ride, and they will drop you off where you need to be. And although this may seem like a blur, you may wonder, how did I get here? Okay, good. It sounds good. All right. And so just, I know we've got like a full moon coming soon too. So check out when the full moon is happening, because you may finally have an answer to what this whole cobblestone out of control feeling is in a couple of days. And all of a sudden something will happen and you will be faced with what you didn't want to deal with in the first place. And you'll be able to get answers and solutions to things in a couple of, usually it'll work like that. We'll go on like a cycle, and, we ask for things, we request things, we start new things on the new moon, and by a full moon, we'll have answers, we'll have direction. And it may not be solved in that next 2 weeks, but it will give us an inclining of what is coming next. So that's what it feels like for you right now. And it feels like it may not be something that you're really looking forward to, but it will be, it feels like an opening or a doorway that will finally lead you to some closure. Okay. Tiffany, you're very welcome too. And you're not in a bad place either, Tiffany. You're in a place of nostalgia, of a place of having to let go of something from the past and move on to something new. And that can be really scary, and it can be sad all at the same time. It can be exhilarating. So it's a mixture of so many emotions that it can cause us to really wrestle and wonder, am I doing the right thing? Am I walking away from what I'm supposed to? Am I going in the direction I'm supposed to? So it can be fun and exciting and sad and scary all at the same time. And so that's, yeah, exactly. It can be a crazy thing. So, and it's a good thing too. And being that you guys are, there's other people watching, but they're not jumping up, so that's fine. I completely understand it can be scary to tag your name. And I suggest sometimes just create a fake account. Just create an account. It doesn't matter what your name is. I can read you. But also pay attention to the guides that you have. So we've got our guides who are angelic, and they're not in the human form at one point. They are our angels, our angelic guides. And then we have those who have passed over who will work as a guide once in a while, who will help to comfort us, throw us things every now and then to let us know that they're there, but they don't really guide us, so to speak. If you have a question about something or you're wondering about something, you'll find a penny, a feather, a dime. These three things are just, for whatever reason, you will find these as a confirmation, as an affirmation, as a big fat yes. And, you'll be standing there talking and look down and there's one right next to your toe and it wasn't there before. And so, excuse me. So pay attention to your guides right now as well, and ask your questions out loud. Ask them to your guides, and they'll answer you electronically. They'll answer you with a billboard, and they'll repeat it. They're like, give her the radio, give her a song, the billboard, and then when she opens up the magazine at the doctor's office, we're going to give it to her there too. So all of a sudden, they're flooding you with where you're supposed to go, and you're like, gosh, you know what? I knew I was supposed to do that. I thought I was supposed to do that. So now I'm getting the confirmation that, yeah, I should definitely be doing this, and it just keeps hitting me over and over again. So pay attention to what you have going on right now as well, and they'll guide you. They'll lead you in the right direction. It's pretty cool. Do you guys have any questions before I move on to something else, before I let go of your energy? Okay. All right. So again, if you're just listening and you want a reading, I can't see who comes on. It's all anonymous. So if you want me to vibe on you, then you just put like hello or hi in the chat section so that I know that you're there, and then I will vibe on you that way. Trying to see what else here. Another thing, you guys, I'm going to be doing free readings on Beyond Reality Radio. Yes, Patty, things are going to finally close up for you. You're going to finally see the directions. You're not going to feel so lost and without like a map. You're finally going to feel like you're going to know where to go, what to do, and how to handle it. And it's coming. That's what I'm saying. Find out when the next full moon is. It feels like it's only in a couple of days, and you'll finally have some kind of idea of closure of things. But yeah, so I can type this here too so that everybody can see it. But it is Beyond, I can't type very well, realityradio.com on March 26th. And it's the show with Jason Hawes, Ghost Hunters, and I just went blank. Just totally, I see his face and I just went blank. But these two guys, both from Ghost Hunters, and so they run their Beyond Reality Radio, and again, they're free readings. It's a call-in show, so you can get on with them and get read. And I know I'm Central Standard Time, and I am on their show live. I think I get on about midnight to 2, so it's 2-hour time frame. And then they also stream on different radios. So if you get on to the Beyond Reality, you're welcome, Patty. If you get on Beyond Reality Radio, they'll tell you what radio stations that they work through, but then you can also stream right off of the website if you wanted to, and then you can call in and get read. Okay, so let's take a peek here. All right, so Tiffany, your health. Well, let's take a peek at your health. All right. Let's get back to Tiffany here. Where is she at? All right. All right, so let's look. All right, so head. Throat. Okay, they stop me. Throat. So the first thing that they mention is like thyroid. So I'm not sure if it's like thyroid, parathyroid, but having a lower thyroid might be something that you look into. It may be affecting your energy. It may be affecting weight, your ups and downs. But thyroid looks like you may have some issues with that. It's not like a sore throat. It feels more thyroid related. Moving down. Okay, so lungs, chest, breast, arms, heart, stomach. All right, legs. So then also, Tiffany, the one thing that, and I'm not sure yet, I had to stop for a moment, but they, right over my left lung, my left side of my chest, I don't feel like it's a physical thing. It feels more of a spiritual thing. I want to make sure that I'm picking up on you and not everybody's energy who's watching right now. Okay, this looks like it could be, it looks almost like a scar that goes right across your heart. And so I was thinking, okay, is this a legitimate heart surgery or is this a scar that is left? And as I'm going back to you on that, on the bridge, if I could get the word out, to look and see. And so you carry a lot of emotion, and you're one that people come to with their problems. They talk to you about their issues, their mental health, their feelings, their emotions. You're somebody that people feel open enough to be able to throw up everything on. And it's like, this is not so much a scar, but like a zipper. It's weird. It's representing, it looks like a legitimate scar across your heart. And it's funny that they would make it look like a zipper, because a lot of times that's what real scars look like, are zippers. That's interesting. It just dawned on me. And so it represents a protective thing that you've got going on, this emotional scar that's there, and how you keep your heart protected. And this feels like male energy around you, like related like with father figure. And how you are very cautious about letting anybody around you based on looking at this scar. And it's funny because I watch you and I'm like, okay, so she's unzipping, she's looking at her heart, she's inspecting it, she blows it off, she makes sure, and then she puts it back in. So this is more, it looks like emotional. And the fact that you suppress a lot too, like people talk to you all the time, but you suppress, it could very well affect your health. It could affect your heart health, and it could affect how you metabolize it. This could also be, it's funny, there's a scientific reason for everything, but I can give a spiritual and a psychic reason for everything too. And so you want to release it. I think right now is a really good time of releasing any kind of spiritual pain or trauma that you carry with you as you are heading towards this new venture and this new portion of your life, and letting it all just kind of fall, letting it go, watching it, like pulling it out and watching it fall into the water, and allowing it to stay where you are humble and reminded of it, and not carrying it. So that would be a good thing for you to do. But I would say energy and metabolism, it may have something to do with thyroid, because this is where they stop me, is right here. This is where they stop me, is on your throat. You may already be aware of it, But other than that, your health, I don't see anything that you should be worried about. And you know what else? People, let me bring this that they want me to talk about. Hello, Annabelle. How are you? The uncertainty of an emotional issue can also lead to a physical manifestation of anxiety. And all right, Lisa, it can lead us to anxiety. And so identifying what we are going through, experiencing, perfect. Identifying the emotional aspects of things we're going through and what we're dealing with can help us to understand the physical manifestations of things. And so that's what they're telling me to tell you guys. So I'm not sure if it's one or all of you who are supposed to hear that, but really working through how our minds can work, can create those physical manifestations and issues, health-wise, anxiety, stress, panic. So paying attention to that is important. Okay, so Annabelle, we'll move on to you real quick, and then I'll do Lisa and her sister Deb. Okay, so Annabelle, let's take a peek at you. Annabelle, where are you at? I'll call you Anna. Just call you Anna. Disclaimer too. I'm being told to give a disclaimer. I have read for Anna before, so just want to put a disclaimer out there because I don't want it to look fake. And it's funny. Okay, so Anna, your son Hunter is coming through. And he is sitting back on what looks like a pit couch. He wants me to acknowledge like a burgundy, something burgundy, but it looks like he has a spoonful of peanut butter. And when I said peanut butter, and he went crunchy peanut butter. So I don't know if he was a crunchy peanut butter fan or what, but he clarified to me that it wasn't just peanut butter, it's crunchy peanut butter. And I want to listen really quickly to him. It almost sounds like he's talking about a dentist appointment or going to the dentist, having to go to the dentist. So I don't know if it's you, Anna, that he has to go to the dentist, or if he's talking about something with his own teeth, but he's saying something about having to go to the dentist. And seriously, he's laid back on the couch. I don't know if I can get this like this. He's laid back on the couch and he's got his feet up on the couch. Just kind of relaxing, and it looks like in jeans and a half solid, half striped shirt. Oh, I'm Tiffany. I didn't know I've ever read for you before. So yay, I love that. Excellent. Thank you so much for confirming that. I didn't know I'd ever read for you. I guess, you know what? When I read for people, people book an appointment and I put on the calendar reading at 6 o'clock. So I don't even know who I'm reading for when they call. But it keeps it real that way. So thank you, Tiffany. I appreciate it. Okay, so that's cool. Thank you for letting me know. But Anna, so it also looks like he's referencing a dog. And you know, I'm really bad with dogs because I'm a dog lover, and dogs have their energy is not like it has any discretion. They just all flood it at once. And once I see one, all of a sudden it's like dog heaven, and there's all these dogs. And I really twist and twizzle animals very badly. But this dog, it feels female. Looks like it's like a husky or a Malamute of something of the larger breed, medium to larger breed. Huskies don't have to be that big, but something of a larger breed, and staring or talking or howling. And apparently he's trying to get me to acknowledge an animal that sees him and watches him when he's around. So he's letting you know he's there. You'll have to let me know if the peanut butter thing makes any sense to you or your husband, and if the dentist appointment makes any sense. So I'm not sure he's talking, and again, it's just coming through as like a dental thing. Somebody needs to go to the dentist, and I thought it was him at first with the way he was eating the crunchy peanut butter, but he's talking about that. So anything else, Hunter? He goes, no, but I should be in school right now, but I'm gonna sit here. Well, that's funny. That's funny. He's a character. He wants me to also tell you that his days are also filled with fishing and long walks outside. So he spends a lot of time around the house with you. Make sure that this... Okay. I'm just seeing that it doesn't automatically like move up, so I want to make sure that I'm seeing everybody's posts here. Okay. All right, so let's take a peek at Lisa. All right. Lisa, I'm going to vibe on you real fast here. All right. Hunter's around you, Anna, so I'm going to let him hang out with you, and I'm going to pull away from him real quick. All right, Lisa, you're welcome. Let's take a peek at Lisa. All right. I want to see what they're showing me first, and then I'll explain to you what it means. But I want to get it down first before I open my mouth. And I want to separate you and your sister's energy, because being that she's with you, I very well could pick up on her too. So if I pick up on both of you, just say you're picking up on both of us, or you're picking up on my sister. But I am focusing on you, but I may pick up on, especially if you're sharing and talking and chatting over life. You're wrapping yourselves around each other, and we just do that. So let me find your energy here. Okay, this is weird, but I heard Harry Potter fan, so I'm not sure which one of you is a Harry Potter fan, but I have to find you. So this is what they keep showing me, all right, Lisa, is there are pretty big walking stones, and they're over, it's dark, so I can't tell what that is, if it's water or sludge. I don't know exactly what it is, but they're big stones that are like creating a path in the water. And you are in a pair of dance shoes, like the little slippers that little girls wear before, is like when they're ballerinas, they're little elastic things, and they're kind of slippery. And you are like tiptoeing across these very carefully. And then I'm watching, and then they play it back, and then you're skipping, you're tiptoeing across these. It's interesting because, again, I can't see what's in the water. I'm going to pull you up, and I'm going to move you. I want a bigger picture. I want to see more of what you're doing, because this has one meaning to it, and I want a different aspect, a different. You don't look like you're afraid. You're a risk taker. You're not afraid to take risks. You're not worried about things. So if I pick you up and I put you, let me switch my view here. put you on your beach. Now, the beach is a place that represents safety, security, and grounding. Water or the ocean represents problems or situations. That's why I want to find out, what exactly are you doing? Put you on your beach. Okay, you're going through some situation right now, Lisa, that is not so much a lesson, but it's a learning experience. And what I mean by that is that your guides are giving me pictures of things that I'll explain in a minute, but they're being very vague. And with that tells me that you're going through something that they're going to allow me just so much to be able to tell you without giving you the what you should do part. And that is because they're trying to get you to trust them, to gain confidence in them and you. That little voice in the back of your head that you hear, and there's times where I knew I should have just picked it. I knew it. That is your guides repeatedly giving you the right answer so that eventually you'll know to trust it and to believe what you're hearing and not second guess it or change that answer. And so that is what they're trying to do, is to get you to have faith in yourself, in your own strength, and in them to get you through a difficult situation. Now, when I put you on your beach, it's funny because originally, you're balancing on these rocks and you're like jumping them to get from, and I don't see an end. I see the rocks. I don't see where you started, and I don't see an end. And there's like 5 of them, and you go from 1, 2, 3, and then you start over again. So this, you're not really worried. You're not afraid to jump. You're very confident in how you jump. And then when I back you up, the next thing is that they put you on your beach and you're facing the water and you're looking at the water, but you're calm, but you're waiting. So much here. First off is that you are a person who needs to break old habits. And what they're showing you in jumping, this should be scary for the first time. This should be something like, holy crap, I'm very uncertain of myself. Am I going to slip and fall in this? But you're not, which tells me you've been boop, boop, boop several times. So it's time for you to break old habits. And that goes for people, relationships, how you're treated, how you treat people. It's time to break old habits. It's something that either you're probably involved in right now or you will be soon, of breaking habits, bad habits. And again, it could be a person, the type of people that you let into your life, the kind of relationships that you have. Maybe it's smoking. I don't think it's truly a physical thing or a habitual act. It's of like smoking or drinking. I think it's more of the emotional habits that you have created that they're saying that you need to remove and stop. Because there's just confidence. You're like, I can do this all day long and I'm fine. It is a really bad situation if I fall into these rocks, but I've done it so many times that I got it down. Okay, so then I pick you up and then I move you onto your beach. And you stand there in like a long taupe, iridescent, translucent gown. And it's from like shoulders all the way down. And this tells me, there's an animal chewing on something. This shows me like the hope that's within you, the majesty that is within you, the strength. It's almost as if I removed your outer side of scars and battle wounds, and there is this super tall, angelic looking energy. That's what it looks like. If I remove the human outside, this is who's in there. This is who's inside. And you're standing there looking out on the water. So this tells me that there's hope, there's desire for change and opportunity, and there's, again, this fearlessness. It's not so much that you're standing there worrying. You're not pacing. You're not anything. You're standing there with hope, with desire. It's interesting. Very interesting. And then the outfit represents the spiritualism inside of you. It represents your connection with spirit and God. It represents your connection all around with who you really truly are and want to be. And I think that part of that what they want me to tell you is also misjudged and misconstrued by those around you. So friends, acquaintances, they know a certain part of Lisa, but they do not know Lisa. And so I think you are misjudged on several levels by people around you. And I also think that people that think they're really great friends of yours don't know who you are either. They only know part of you. And so this can make a person feel kind of alone, even with a lot of people around them. It can make a person feel alone because people don't really know the real person. Do you know what I'm saying? That kind of a thing. So I look at your beach too. There's a lot of footprints on your beach. This tells me you have a lot of family around you who rely on you, who you are the center core to them. So there's a lot of little footprints, big footprints, and everybody is kind of converged onto your beach. My advice is to simply tell them to go back to their own beach. Get back on your own beach. This is mine. I need room to breathe. I need you to leave me alone for a moment so I can think straight. And that's part of it is time for you also to regain your personal identity, of identify who you are, who you want to be, and regain what you feel like you've lost as far as who you are over the years by making concessions. And you know what? Women do that. Women make concessions for, is that Deb saying that? Perfect. Okay. Okay. So Patty, I'll get to Kevin in a minute. All right. So, it's just important that you just reclaim yourself and reclaim your beach and be assertive. Being assertive doesn't do harm. It basically is just a kind, strong way of saying, I'm going to do this and I need to do this. And it's not being bitchy or complaining. It is basically reclaiming and getting what you want without harming others. Okay. So, all right. And then Tiffany. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Good. It's a good message, I think, for everybody to know that they're working on those things and not feeling guilty about pursuing things that you know you need to do or you feel deep down are, because I'm looking at this person on the beach, the way they present you, and you need to trust that person and you need to listen to that person that seems very connected to spirit. Okay. Really quick, jumping back to Patty about Kevin. Where Kevin is concerned, Patty, it almost feels as if he is just, he's on his path. Yes, I'm going to do Deb. I'm going to touch on Deb real quick. I'm just jumping back to Kevin. I must have missed Patty's question about Kevin. And then I'm going to do Deb right next. It's as if he is, no, Stephanie, you're fine. I'll get to you too. So it looks like he's walking down his path and he's walking and then he sits and then he gets up and he races and then he sits and then he walks slower and he sits and I don't see any exits for him. I don't see anything where he's supposed to get off, or it looks like he's just walking his path right now. And I would tell him to enjoy it. I would tell him to not worry. I would tell him that I don't see any points where he's supposed to like make a choice to change what he's doing. I think that what he's doing is what he's supposed to be doing right now. And then that also means that if that's what he's doing, what he's supposed to do, that you get your butt doing what you're supposed to do. And stop thinking that you're going to ruin things if you follow your own path. So grab Kevin and go do some things because he's obviously doing what he's supposed to be doing. All right? Tell him not to worry about his health. Tell him to focus on him. Okay, so he's right there. So Kevin, road trip, road trip, road trip, okay? Road trip. All right. Let's see here. All right, Deb. Lisa's sister, Deb. All right. Gosh, you know, I get to doing this and I get so hot. My cheeks are all flushed now. That's funny. All right, so Deb, Lisa's sister, Deb. I'm going to push Lisa to the side. I got to wash Lisa's energy off. Wash her off. And Deb. Deb, now you're sisters, but this doesn't look like it's a connection. When I first focused on your energy, Deb, I pushed you off to the right, and then somebody came through, a gentleman came through on the left-hand side. So I thought, okay, is this family? Is this between you and Lisa? And when I said that, he kind of disappeared. So I'm trying to figure out why, if he is a person that you knew in life, that kind of a thing. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Or if this is somebody that's around you now who may be just hanging out. So I'm going to push him to the side until he speaks clearly because he's got his back to me as well. And that makes me wonder. So you, Deb. Okay, I got to move him over. I got to move this guy. So let me change my view here. Take a sip of coffee, cut him off. He's a strong energy. All right, so my question to you, Lisa, or not Lisa, Deb, is what you have going on in your house. Light bulbs burning out, seeing things out of the corner of your eye. Because this is a taller gentleman. He's in all black. It looks like he's actually wearing a hat too. And every time I look for you, he gets in my way. Every time I try to find your energy, like when I do this, my guides connect me with you and they wrap my energy around you and I'm like, oh, there you are. Okay, now I can see you. When I'm doing that, there is somebody getting in my way and in my vision and my view. They're blocking my view. So you've got somebody around you who is very, I don't want to say the word protective. They're possessive of you. And so you want to think, is there someone around you, who is around you that does not want me connecting with you? Now, if it's on a spiritual level, that tells me that you are at a point in your life where you are finally reaching a direction of, I know I am here. I know I'm supposed to be doing. I can feel it in my heart. That kind of a thing. You're at a point where you're making a difference. You're following your path with God, and or that God has basically written for you. And I'll go over that in a minute so it makes more sense. But you're following that pathway, and sometimes either spirit or human, it doesn't matter, they can get in the way of that for various reasons. And I'm thinking that this is more spirit than it is human. That if there's also a human counterpart, then this individual will be influenced by this energy that's around you. And what happens is you get so close to achieving something and either helping someone or doing what you're supposed to do that they get in there and try to throw a wrench in things. Basically, it's like, okay, so it's like this. This is how I explain it to people. Okay, so here's Deb. She's born. She's laying out on the table. So you've got your archangel that has been with you all of your lives, who knows everything about you. And then you've got your guides for this life. There's usually about 6 of them. And they're like, okay, this is Deb. And Deb has this contract here with God. And so God wants her to do this, 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 and this. And she's got to achieve this. And she needs to overcome this. And we're going to help her do this. So when Deb is down, I want you to inspire her and lift her up. I want you to show her doors. I want you to take her this and that. I want you to lift her up. They're like, woo, 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 we're going to help Deb. We're going to do it. We're going to make it happen. Okay, so then over here, you've got the devil, who is very real. And you've got his angels. They're just a little darker. They're a little bit fallen, okay? And he says, this is Deb. And this is her contract with God. And he wants her to do this, 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 and this, and this, okay? And she needs to overcome this and achieve this. So when Deb is down, I want you to kick her. And when she's really feeling hopeless, I want you to kick her really hard. I want you to kick her till she's got nothing left. There's no hope left in her. And that's what happens to everyone. It's an angel devil thing going on our shoulders. I try to explain it's very real. It's not something that's made up. We all are spirit, and we all have this going on. And so when you are about to achieve something in life, people and spirit, they're thrown in the way to help to help ruin the situation, because this side doesn't want us accomplishing, helping, making things better, saving people, or changing a person's mind for the better. That doesn't want that to happen. So Deb, what you have to think is, what role in life? Like when I look at you, I think someone who has taken on a role of healthcare, of taking care of people, counseling, maybe working in nursing. But it shows that you have, and it's funny because your sister, I think that's what they were. It was Lisa. They said, no, it wasn't. It was somebody else. Forget it. So that doesn't matter. But anyway, okay. So your spirit would come to this world thinking, okay, I'm supposed to take care of people. I'm supposed to help people. So you would take on a role, regardless of what it is, in any situation, of helping and guiding and leading and saving people. And it right now, putting you on your beach, every time I try to go around this guy, he gets in my way. That just tells me that you're in a situation right now where you are about to achieve something big. So do not be deterred. Do not be told that it's impossible or that you can't do it. Do not listen to any fear. Fear is not real. Do not give in to fear. If you're like, my dream is to be on The Voice, and then you get accepted to The Voice, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, I'm terrified. I don't want to do it. And then all of a sudden you come up with all these reasons why you can't do it. That is fear. That's fake and it's false. And you want to continue through with whatever it is that is presenting to you. Don't be afraid of it right now, and don't give in to the fears either. And so I'm just going to move you really quick, and then I'm going to move on to Stephanie, and then I'm going to end it for the day. That'll be an hour. Yeehaw. Deb, I want to look. There's a place on the beach that is further away. It's a house that represents us specifically. Like the house is you. And when I put you there, the one thing that comes up is, and see, so this is interesting because I can see this part for you, but the house is very humble. It's very beautiful. It's like marshmallows, like I can eat the house. So this tells me you're a very giving person, that you are squishy, that you like to take care of people. You like to bring people in and make them feel comfortable. There's a garden there as well. The garden basically says all of these flowers, they're big flower. It's a huge, beautiful flower garden. This tells me that flowers represent a person's ability to give of themselves. And when they show me this garden is full, this tells me that you have something either happening right now or very soon that you're going to look up and go, oh my God, give me strength because I can't freaking get through this anymore. I'm going to lose my mind. I can't go on. I can't do this anymore. So if you don't give me any strength, I'm done. That's what this garden represents. It says that you are going to run out of your own strength that you are going to need it from up above. That's what this garden says. And you are going to be giving a lot of who you are. Not money, not financials, not material things. It's who you are on the inside is going to be given. Your energy, your time, your mind, your thoughts, your persistence, your determination, all represented in this garden. And that you are going to have to ask up above for some strength to get through it. And you're going to do it. So it's funny that they're letting me see this part, and then you've got something that's trying to block you back on your beach. That means it's affecting you here in your mind. You don't want to deal any fear right now for you, Deb. You tell it to go to hell, kiss the feet of Jesus, because you don't have time for it. And if there's something within your home that is also creating this energy around you, simply, go through, say Our Father prayers. Condemn it, use, in the name of Jesus, I clean this home, and I compel you to leave me alone, my family. And if something wishes to stay there, that this is your home now, and that pay attention, like I said, how animals act, what you see out of the corner of your eye. I'm for one, I don't take pictures in my home for that very reason, because, you take a picture and everybody's like, oh my gosh, look at the orb, it's flowing through the air and it's got a face, or what, I just don't give anything any energy. When it happens, I ignore it. Noises, movement, shadows, I ignore it. I don't give them any energy, because then they just make themselves more at home. So Deb, I hope that makes more sense for you too. So you've got something big coming up. You are a people person, and it looks like this new venture is gonna be important for you. So it could very well be learning something new, going back to school. And I want to say travel or move for you as well. So something big. It feels like you are at the tip top of a mountain and you're about to ride it on its way down. And that's always a good place to be. Okay, so let's move on here. Stephanie, let's take a peek at Stephanie. Let me wash off everybody's energy. Okay. Cold coffee, I hate it. All right. Let's take a peek. Dun, dun, dun. Stephanie, let's see what's happening for you. Let me get up a moment here. All right, I can stretch my butt. Change everybody's energy. I gotta wash off the screen. Cut off everybody's energy. All right. So Stephanie, let me take a peek here. All right, Stephanie, you are on your beach. You're very welcome, Deb. You're very welcome. Stephanie, you're on your beach, which is good. You're in control. You can look back at previous experiences right now. You can use those to decide if you need to go through something again, or if it basically giving you ideas as to how to handle something. So previous experience is good for you right now. It'll prevent you from, you're welcome, Patty. It will prevent you from having to do something difficult again. That's good. Okay, so you are in really beautiful outfit. I mean, it's totally wrong for the beach. Totally not what you should be wearing at the beach. But it's a great outfit. It's like this pencil skirt it's really fitted. It's taupe, or like a creamy beige. It's really pretty. It looks like the sand. It just looks like the sand. You blend. And then it's fitted all the way up to this really cool belt. And you almost have, it looks like something like Marilyn Monroe would wear, with this fitted sweater, and everything is just perfect size. And then you've got on these really spiky, beautiful heels too. But you're in the sand. You're on the beach. You have a raft that is hooked up there next to your beach, and you have it anchored. You are on the, now picture yourself in this outfit, and you're bending over and you're picking up stuff and you're taking out of the raft and you're putting it on your beach, and it's a box, and you've got wine. Got to have wine. And wine glasses, this bread. This is telling me that you are you're a planner. You are somebody who is very organized, who does things in an organized manner, and You know what you're doing before you take action. I'll get to this in a minute. So, and it's not a very big boat. I mean, it's big enough for you to sit down on, you have some sustenance, some things going on. Okay, what this tells me first off is that in the past, recent past, you have gone out onto the water. So you've gone on the boat, which is good. If you're in the water, it would have been bad. It would have been a bad thing. You would have been feeling engulfed in problems. But you went out on the water. You had all of this stuff with you. And so this tells me that at some point you went out in search of a new opportunity, like a job, something that's going to change your life kind of opportunity. And you prepared for it. So you had the wine glasses, the cheese, the bread, the blankets, whatever these boxes were, I'm not sure. You've brought them back with you. And you went out on the water prepared for the mental change, the challenges, all of those things that you needed to do. And now you are finding your way back to your beach. And so you have all of these things left over, but you've got these boxes, which tells me that this is probably like a business or opportunity, a career change of some kind. And something just flew through my camera. I don't know if anybody else saw that. I don't even know if it's live. Since it's live, if I can back it up, but I just saw it. Okay, yeah, that distracted me. Sorry, it went like shot through my camera in front of my face here. So that's what basically the boxes are saying. You've gone out, you have succeeded in achieving what you wanted, and now you're bringing this new opportunity back to your beach. Now, the thing is this awesome, beautiful outfit that you're wearing is inappropriate. Totally wrong. So what it says is the shoes are saying that you are feeling held back. That, basically, I'd really love to do that. I'd really love to, but I can't because. So you have to think, okay, what is your because? Is it something that you can't change, like you have an elderly parent to take care of? Or is your because something that is more in line with being able to change it, but you're just not sure if you want to because it creates a comfort issue? So you have to figure out what is the because. Can you remove it? Can you change it? Is it somebody who is saying, you're not going to do that? If that's somebody that's telling you you're not going to do that, they have to go anyway because they have to figure out how to deal with their discomfort too. So basically, it's beautiful. I don't want to ask you to take it off. It's a really cool outfit. They should make it because I would buy it. But it's just telling me that you are, so basically, let me just play this one out. So you go and you get the job, like the job of your dreams is going on and you want this job very badly. And in order to get it, you have to make some changes, which means the people around you are going to have to change. They're going to have to deal with some discomfort. And so the issue right now is taking things that you want and doing things that you want with the possibility of losing something else. And that's what the shoes are representing. If people are meant to be in our life, if people are meant to be in our lives, there will always come another way for it to happen. If you cut a vein in somebody's leg, your body will find another way to reroute that blood because you need it at your feet, So if this one is just really bad, they'll go in and they snip it or they cauterize it, they deflate it. Then your body finds a way, like, we still have to get blood down there, so your body just does it because it knows it has to. It cannot function properly without it. And people have to take on the same thing sometimes. So we can't do it this way, so we're going to find another way around it. And that's kind of what they're saying with the shoes. It's very important for you right now because it looks like you have to give something up for what you want, and it's not you that has a problem with it. The outfit's beautiful. It's fitted. It is fitted. And so what it's saying then is too is the belt around you that's so like, it's like squeezing your waist. This says that you also are dealing with a little bit of personal fear. And I'm going to tell you right now, don't fear anything. Don't let your fear of feeling like you're less self-confident or the lack of, do I know enough? Can I do this? Is this possible? Don't let that get in your way right now. Don't get inside your head. Pretty much. Don't get it because something has been given to you for a purpose and a reason. And You have to remove all obstacles and go for it, completely go for it. So if I take all of that off of you, boop, 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 boop. So I'm going to remove it. It's really hard to remove this outfit off of you. It's stuck, but I'm going to remove it. I'm going to let your guides put something else on you. And they choose to put on blue. So blue is showing me this need and desire for calm. Go on a vacation. Caribbean definitely would suit your body and your mind, your soul, your spirit. And you know what? When they showed me that, you may not really be doing it. It may have just been a vision to show you, but you are an okay person alone. Like, you are a strong individual alone. You can do anything alone. You can go to the movies alone. You have confidence to do these things alone. You don't need people in your life. The people in your life are the ones that you want. You don't need any of them. And so you're a very strong individual alone. Interesting. Very interesting. But a vacation would probably do you really, really well. Some time to think. I see you at your computer. I see you typing. I see you like reading. And I don't know if you wear reading glasses or if you need them, but they show you like at your computer a lot. So reading and writing, doing a lot of reading and writing. So that's what's going on with you right now, is that you are... this is important because it's a point in your life where you're either going to choose point A or turn B, and you don't want regrets. So if you sit back and you go, if I don't do this, I'm going to regret it, then do it, because it doesn't look like this opportunity is something that presents itself to you again. And so if you are going to regret anything, they're saying for you to do it. So I hope that makes sense, Stephanie. I hope that makes sense to you. So I will do this again. It's been a lot of fun. I have a lot of work to do today, though. So I have to get to it. And Julie, I know, I'm sorry. I kind of, I saw you pop in late to the party. What do I see very quickly for Julie? Because I have so much to do today, and I have to show for it tonight. I have to show for it. You're welcome, Stephanie. You're welcome. Julie, I can tell you've got some work-related things that are happening right now. It looks like they're showing you like in a cafeteria of some kind, and it looks like you're talking to people like leaned over. Everybody's leaned over talking. So that tells me there's this private conversation at the table happening. And it tells me that changes on the inside are happening with higher ups. So it looks like people on the higher up are going to be leaving and new people are going to be coming in. And it also shows that that will create an altar, like if I pick people up and put them in different pegs. So movement within your workplace. And it is also a good time for you to either complete your resume and put in for something at your employer now that is going to raise your position, or create that resume to move on the way out. So there is an employment opportunity change for you coming up, depending on what you want and what you care about. So it's important for you to do that. So thank you guys so much. I will do this again. I have privacy. My daughter is in school Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I will get on and do this again. And I will post beforehand when I plan on doing it so that people are prepared. And I might do it during the day, afternoon. I may do something in the evening when people are home. But I will let everyone know the next time I get back on. So share it, pass it on. I think everybody, you're very welcome. Susan, I'm sorry, I've been on for a little over an hour, and I am done for right now, but I'm going to do it again soon. And trying to think, I will just figure it out on my calendar, and then I will post it for everybody. So then you can also find other notifications at my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/God's Reader, GODSREADER, God's Reader. Yes, you guys are very welcome. You guys are very welcome. Thank you. I have to leave too. I will get you in, Susan. I promise you. I will get you read too. I will not forget you the next time. I will I will get you in. And get to, but go to my Facebook, and then when I do it, you'll get tagged too. You'll be able to, see what I am doing and when. You guys are all very welcome, and I will keep you posted. So everybody take care today. Make it a great Tuesday, and enjoy. And I will talk to you all very soon. Thank you so much for coming. Well, bye-bye. God bless you all.